Tonight, Muslim community outraged at the video clip of two officers pinning a black Muslim man on the ground for speeding as he left the mosque after Eid prayers. And Project Stallion by police brings home more than 500 stolen cars, which are valued in the millions, in an attempt to control rising auto threat in the Toronto region. We cover stories about migrants facing discrimination in Germany, Canadian Tibetan community demanding cultural sensitivity, Turkey joining the League of Nuclear Powers. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I am Catherine Bullock. The Muslim community is condemning the Edmonton police for using excessive force on a black Muslim man after last Friday's Eid prayer. A 1-minute video clip shows Edmonton police officers pinning down a black man wearing blue garments on the ground. One of the officers exerting force on his head, which is face down, while the other has his knee on the man's back. The man can be seen shouting in pain. A woman who is recording the video is pleading with the police officers to stop. She can be heard saying, "You are not supposed to be doing this. You are hurting him." She goes on to say that his children are in the car and they are scared and crying. The National Council of Canadian Muslims says it is outraged at the incident. The group says the man asked for a supervisor to be present before he handed over his license and identification details. The Edmonton police have confirmed the man was stopped for speeding. They say the man refused to give his name and license to the officers. The Toronto police have found more than 500 stolen cars. Together, they are valued at $27 million. The investigation is part of an ongoing effort by the police to stop auto theft. This investigation is called Project Stallion, which started last year in November. In a press conference yesterday, the Toronto police said they have arrested 119 people. 314 charges have been laid. The police say the stolen cars are either shipped out of Canada for resale or used locally for criminal activity. The Toronto police chief says auto theft is an significant and growing problem in Toronto and surrounding areas. He says more than 2,000 vehicles were stolen last year in the city's West End. The police say that if they recover a stolen car, it is given back to its owner. If the insurance company has already reimbursed the owner, the insurance company keeps the car. Canada has been able to airlift an unknown number of people out of Sudan. Now it is coordinating a second evacuation with the deployment of nearly 200 troops. Defence Minister Anita Anand told reporters 2 C-130J Hercules transports are ready to land in Khartoum as soon as conditions are feasible. Around 1,800 Canadians are trapped in Sudan. 700 of them say they want to leave. Anand did not provide details of the military plan and if the Air Force will be involved. The Sudanese Canadian Community Association is asking Ottawa to open a special immigration corridor for Sudanese family members who are not Canadian citizens, similar to what has been done for Afghans or Ukrainians. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly says they are looking into it. The UN is warning that in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince, gang violence is expanding at an alarming rate in areas that used to be thought safe. Gangs control big sections of the city as Haitians face political strife, a humanitarian crisis, poverty, and extreme violence. The UN Special Representative for Haiti says the number of recorded crimes reached a high of just over 1,600 in the first quarter of this year. These crimes include homicides, rapes, kidnappings, and lynchings. The Special Representative says some residents have begun to take matters into their own hands. Recently, Haitian locals took 13 suspected gang members from police custody and beat them to death and burned their bodies. The Special Representative says the police are severely understaffed and ill-equipped to address the violence and criminality. The US has been trying to persuade Canada to send forces to Haiti, but so far Ottawa has ruled out sending any kind of armed force. Please stay tuned. We will join you after a short break. nationwide survey in Germany is showing that many migrants experience some form of discrimination due to their ethnic background or religion. Nearly 35% of migrants say they experience racist behavior and discrimination in their daily life due to their foreign-sounding names, way of speaking, or ethnic background. 28% of migrants say they face discrimination due to their religion or belief. The report by the Bertelsmann Foundation shows that Germany's Muslim community is particularly affected by discrimination. Some 72% of Muslims surveyed say they experience racial discrimination very often or from time to time in their daily life. The survey also shows there is growing public concern about the racism problem in Germany. Support for measures against racial discrimination and inequality has increased. 70% of Germans surveyed say they believe that a lot more should be done by authorities to ensure equal treatment of people with migration backgrounds. The Minneapolis Police Department and the FBI are investigating attacks on 2 mosques less than a mile away. There was an arson attack on Sunday evening in the first mosque. A fire broke out on Monday night at the second mosque. The second mosque, the Masjid Omar Islamic Center, shared video footage that shows a masked man dressed in a black hoodie and light blue jeans entering the mosque with a large paper bag. He can be seen running out barefoot 10 minutes later without the bag. Soon after, worshippers noticed a fire in the bathroom. The executive director of the Minnesota chapter on the Council on American Islamic Relations says Sunday's incident is the 3rd reported attack on a Minnesota mosque this year. He says there should be more security at mosques and that worshippers should be more vigilant. The Canadian Tibetan community says it is painful for them to see the negative attention the media has given to a video of their spiritual leader kissing a young boy on the lips and asking him to suck his tongue. A Tibetan woman who has been living in Toronto in exile for more than a decade says the criticism is unjustified. She calls the leader playful and innocent. In the last week of February, the Dalai Lama attended a public event in India. A young boy approached him and asked him for a hug. In early April, a clip of the controversial interaction between the boy and the spiritual leader started circulating online. The clip drew instant backlash, calling the exchange inappropriate. Soon after, the Dalai Lama issued an apology on his website. A local community organizer says the clip was posted online without any cultural context. She says it is common for Tibetans to show affection this way. Another Tibetan community leader says the media should do a better job when reporting cultural topics and should consult the community about it. The boy and his mother say the boy was blessed with the interaction. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan spoke today with Vladimir Putin at a virtual ceremony unveiling a Russian-built nuclear power plant. The 69-year-old leader suspended all campaigning for Turkey's upcoming May election 2 days ago after getting sick. Erdogan stayed at home instead of traveling to the Mediterranean coast for today's grand opening of Turkey's first nuclear power plant. A frail Erdogan says his country has risen to the League of Nations with nuclear powers as he addresses Putin. Erdogan's video link-up with Putin unveiled a project that Russia began building in 2018. Erdogan has been one of the few world leaders to maintain good relations with Putin by refusing to sign up to Western sanctions on Russia. Erdogan has been trying to mediate an end to the war. Thanks for watching. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on the broadcast or go to our website, muslimnetworktv, to make a donation. Thanks for watching.